How is information for variation stored? So variation is the differences between organisms. And now we're going to talk about how that variation is stored within a cell. So here's a cell, and this is the nucleus in the middle of the cell. Inside the nucleus is DNA. Each strand of DNA forms a structure called a chromosome. Chromosomes are divided up into genes, so each colour here represents a different gene. A gene is a section of DNA that codes for a specific protein. So here's the cell. The nucleus of the cell contains DNA. Each strand of DNA forms a structure called a chromosome, which is this. Chromosomes are divided up into genes. And the whole point of this is that a gene is a section of DNA that codes for a specific protein, and proteins are what make up us. So these are genes here. The next word you need to know is this one, allele. Different forms of the same gene are called alleles. So different forms of the same gene are called alleles. Alleles give rise to differences in inherited characteristics. So these are the ones that are passed on from your mum and dad. They come about because alleles give rise to the differences between us. So here we've got a pair of chromosomes, and here are the alleles, which are different forms of the same gene. So here you might have the gene for eye colour. The different alleles, which are the different forms of the same gene, might be brown eyes and blue eyes. So just to go over again, how is information for variation stored? A cell has a nucleus. Inside the nucleus is DNA. Each strand of DNA forms a structure called a chromosome, which is these things here. Chromosomes are divided up into genes. A gene is a section of DNA that codes for a protein. Proteins are what makes us. Different forms of the same gene are called alleles. Alleles give rise to differences in inherited characteristics. And then here's your example of your pair of chromosomes with different alleles. And the phone's going, so I better get it.